Yo guys, how you doing? This is Cobra with the last episode, so that's episode 4 in the How to Succeed on Official Servers series. As you can see, I've just spawned in. I've completely started afresh. I literally have, as you see on me, some dirty rags, nothing else. The aim here today is to get into as much PvP as we possibly can. Now this may prove a little difficult. The server I'm on at the moment is an EU DE server. It's a medium to high pop right now, and I need to actually get down to some military areas and loot up, get a decent weapon, and then we are going to go after every possible player we can find. So if we hear shots, we're going to run to them. If we see a base, then unless I actually need to raid it, then we're going to leave it. We're going to completely leave it alone. I think I've covered everything else pretty much around how to gain loot quickly, but people will often wonder and will often argue that they prefer to gain all of their loot via PvP only, and that it's more profitable. Well, I'm going to let you make your mind up on that. Is it more profitable base raiding? Is it more profitable PvPing? The only thing I will say on this, I have my own opinion. I think it's pretty clear what my opinion is. But like I say, the only thing I will say that I think is quite obvious, and most would maybe agree, possibly. Let me know in the comments below if you don't, or even if you do. That if you're going to go solely on the PvP route, then your chances of dying are going to be 50-50 unless you completely outshine the individual you're up against, or individuals, or you've got a much better gun, and even then you're not guaranteed success. So like I said, we'll leave that up to you to watch this episode. The first challenge is going to be, can we actually find people to fight with? And believe it or not, even on a full server, that can be difficult sometimes. You'd think they'd be all near the military zones, or there'd be people roaming about just looking for a fight. And whilst inevitably that may be the case, sometimes when I actually go looking for fights, even on that full servers, I don't actually find a lot of players. So anyway, let's see where we are. I hope you enjoy this episode, and don't be afraid to comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this varied topic. So I'm going to head off now. I'm going to loot around Gliniska as we've just spawned this way. We're going to try and get some food and some water, and I will catch up with you in a short while. Okay, so one of the first essential things to do, and here's a very obvious tip, but a lot of people don't know this, especially as a freshie, is get to the closest well. And you drink right up until you get a stomach full symbol next to your water bottle symbol in the bottom right. Now, there's a reason for this. For those of you that don't know, if you do that, and you fill your stomach completely with water, that will keep you going for about 45 minutes gameplay of non-stop running in real time. And it just saves you from having to consider water stops at every town. So that is a massive hint and tip for you guys. You can do the same with food, but I always heavily side on the air of caution, and that will be, for me, water first. Food is easier to find than wells on Dayz, so just remember that. I always use a cooking pot. I don't carry any other form of drinks holder, because the cooking pot will fill you up with between half and 3/4 way of that cooking pot being full. And as you can see, my stomach symbol is now full. It's just popped up on the screen below, and we are now going to very quickly try and get some medical supplies. And what I mean by that is, all I'm really after is some bandages. That'll come in handy later on if we find a cooking pot. And the shots already. That's coming from Kopa Castle way. Oh, brilliant. Okay, we need that. We do need that. That's perfect. What have we got? We've already got one of those. We'll take that anyway. Okay. So it appears that no one has actually been here for a little while. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly gather the essentials. Always run if you can with a blood collection kit with an IV attached, which is a 4-slot, just in case you get into any fights or get hit by zombies more than you should, because this is an obvious lifesaver. And I'm just about to replace my clothing in a short while with, so we'll take that, with any form of medical clothes, because they're 42-slot tops. And that is ideally what we're looking for. And remember, you can always fill these up like that. You don't have to use a second slot. So these are all 20. No, we don't want the nurses stuff. We want the paramedic stuff is what we're looking for. Is there no paramedic stuff here? Oh shit, that's not good. So we're looking for a rucksack, as much food as we can carry, knife and matches, really. That's all I'm kind of looking for. And if I can obtain those, we can then begin our journey. So as soon as we've got enough to get going, then we're going to head to Sobotka. And then we're going to head down south from Sobotka, get geared up hopefully, and find a suitable weapon. You never know, we may end up going through some heli sites if we see one on the way down. You know what, we've got enough food to get us to Sobotka, so let's just get there. It's getting dark as well. Okay, let's get on to a couple of other simple little tips. Number one, not giving your base away. Okay, so a lot of people, again it sounds simple, a lot of people make this mistake, alright? Never ever fire around your base. Never let off any shots anywhere near your base. If you want to be a hunter and you want to keep your base secure, then go hunting in a next town, a nearby town or something else. Just do not let any shots off around your base. The only exception to that is if you're under attack. That is the biggest rookie mistake and the biggest giveaway. I see a lot of people make the mistake because of a number of reasons. The first reason, and I can talk from experience here, I recall being part of large teams on official servers as well as custom servers, and the problem is sometimes you're looking to go and assert yourself on a server and people get a little bit bored and decide, you know what, let's let off a load of noise and people will come to us. Well, that is certainly one way of having your base destroyed very quickly. Unless you've got a large team that can cover that server 24/7, which most people cannot cover that type of range period, then it is extremely difficult. It's extremely difficult to protect that. So just remember that. I mean, I was part of an international team about a year and a half ago on console, PlayStation, and we had players in New York, we had players from New Zealand, even UK, other areas in America, and even with those time zones, we could pretty much cover 22-23 hours on the server between us all. But even with that type of cover, it was really difficult to not get raided and not lose your base completely. I mean, we managed to hold a base down one time for just over a month. The problem is when you do that, then it is likely to get posted on community, and that's what happens with one of our big groups. I think we had about 12 to 20 players on 20 players, roughly about 18 to 20 players in a group, and then we had roughly about 12 players at any one time online. And even with that, it was a nightmare. We were constantly under attack, and the second you get posted on community, everyone from everywhere tries to have a little pop. You get teams, you get solos, you get all kinds trying to have a little pop at you, and it wears you down. And eventually, no matter how good you are, you will have your base raided and you will get killed. So that's a big tip. Don't fire unless you really have to around any of your bases. Two more very simple things. A lot of people don't understand the mechanics of vehicles on here, so let's just stick to official servers right now, where you've got a truck, you've got the ogres, you've got the aiders, and whatever the other one is, I forget what it is now. It will come to me shortly. And the thing to remember with these, they're very, very unstable at times, as everybody knows this, but never drive anywhere near the edge of a map with any of these vehicles. If you are so much as a foot over the threshold of the map, you are completely stuck. Your vehicle's going to be ruined, you're never going to get it out, and you have lost that vehicle. So don't do that. Let's get some food in this. And another tip for you here, I've seen a lot of people try this next thing. They're getting so annoyed that they're getting raided, and they've tried loads of different locations on all these maps. So I've seen quite a few people try to place bases down and tents down off the actual map, off the edge of the map. Although there is some hilly areas around all of these maps that you just cannot see behind unless you're actually running out off the map. You know, yes, it's a great location in terms of people won't be able to see it, and no one's going to run off the edge of the map for hours and hours on end to try and locate a base. The big problem with it is, though, is that all of your loot will disappear on every server reset if you build off of the map. So there's another little helpful tip. I've seen people do it. I've seen people fully stack tents, big car tents and whatever, with some top grade gear, thinking that it's going to be safe, and on server reset they've soon realised it is not. What was a guy over there? I don't think that guy's seen me, you know. He hasn't seen me. This is about PvP, so we're going to go, and we're going to have to attack this guy. Where's he gone? Come on then. There we go. What's this guy got on him? He's got matches. We'll take that off him. So he's dead. Let's get out of here. Ah, yes, there we go. So that's now gone. So we're going to drop that now. Made a little bit of noise. That will be heard. What we are going to do is though, we're going to cut this little one up. We're going to take as much food as we can. We're going to now run off and cook it. Okay, while we're cooking a load of meat now, let's go through another few really helpful tips. The first one I'm going to give you is really essential, and it will massively help you gear up really quickly. So once you've worked out on the map that you're playing, and bearing in mind this goes back to episode 1, know the map you're playing, know it well, alright? If not, get the I Survive map and work out where the helicopter crash sites are. Now, a lot of the helicopter crash sites are in clusters, in a few square miles, shall we say, or close radius of each other. And there are a number of key areas on each map. I would say mainly Livonia is better for this in terms of the cluster of helicopter crash sites. So when you're going to log out, always log out in an area where you can oversee at least 1 or 2 helicopter crash sites. If you do that, inevitably when you log back in, the more area you're spanning, especially down Lemborg way or Roztuka way, there are at least 7 crash sites down there. And when you log back in, the chances are you're going to see smoke. And when you see smoke, obviously you run over and you loot the helicopter crash site. So it doesn't require you to stay there for hours and hours and waiting for a helicopter crash site to come in, because I tell you this now, you need to log out. A lot of the time they'll come in, and because you'll either be desynced or because you're just stood there for like an hour, whatever the case may be, it won't show. So it's not a good idea to do that. The best thing to do, log out next to or close to a number of heli sites. I have got up so geared so quickly doing that in the past. Alright, so that's a big tip for you. Next one. We're just about to hit a wipe in 1.13 update. I think it will probably go as it normally does around about midday, maybe a bit later, and it'll be offline for a couple of hours. The best thing you can do if you're looking at building a base is find a couple of dry sacks. After you found your location, that is, find a couple of dry sacks and bury them in the ground, under a tree or a couple of trees, somewhere quite safe, and keep returning and looking for nails and code locks, or especially for 3-4 dial code locks. I'd stay away from the 3 dial code locks as often as possible, but to get your base up and running, then crack on with your 3 dials until you find your 4 dials. But that is a real easy, safe way to ensure you get a lot of your building gear sorted nice and early doors. Alright, I'll be doing that for the first few hours after the wipe, and I'll just keep coming back, looting the town, coming back and filling it up with nails and with code locks. Another big tip will be, don't ever think you know everything about this game. Don't ever think you're an expert on Dayz. Doesn't matter how many hours you put in, doesn't matter how good you are or how good you think you are, you will learn something new all the time. I still do, all the time. I think on episode 2 or 3, I think it might have been episode 3 actually, I got caught in a bear trap, and I didn't have any rags on me, so I was cutting up my BDU pants, if you remember, and someone put in the comments afterwards, you do know you can use rags. I didn't actually know that. I did actually try that previously without knowing that, and for some reason it wouldn't work, and I think it was probably because I was desynced. So for whoever put those comments on there, thank you very much for that. I have learned something. So like I said, never think you know everything, because there's always something new to learn. Okay, so we've just logged back in It's now daylight. There's shots up ahead, and we are going to attempt to get through this lot unscathed, get to the military down south, and get the necessary weapons. Now this is taking a little bit of a risk here, because I've got to go across open fucking fields in a really dangerous area where there are loads of people about. But if I can get to that wooded area there without getting shot at. Okay, so we've made it to the wooded area. Have we been spotted or not? That's a different story. We've got another huge bit of open field to get across, with a military base just down below that. Shot from over there. I don't think that was aimed at us. Bearing in mind I am bright red and bright blue, so you're going to see me for miles. I don't think we're being followed at this precise moment in time. Next mission here is to get across this road and into the far tree line. So this should lead us onto the main road. One of the first things we need to do is camo ourselves up and grab a decent weapon. I'll take a blaze right now, so we're a little bit less visible now with that jacket off. So we'll try and get these zombies out of clear view, so that anyone coming along here isn't immediately alerted to the fact that we've been through here. We'll see how much building has gone on here in a second. Ah, good, we're going to take a tactical vest. Yeah, okay. So they've been hit as well. Yeah, look, the zombie on the roof. They've been recent, very recent, someone's been here. Okay, we'll take that. Need a visor. Oh, I thought that was night vision for a second there. I thought, shit, we're good. So that's damaged. Okay, we'll take it. Fuck yeah. Nice, night vision. Need that. Give the MVG head strap now. Another set of night vision. Cool. Another set of night vision. Well, of course we'll take that. Is that a crate I've just seen on the floor? It's a fucking water pot. Damn. Jesus. Hold on. Take that out of there. That can go in there. Anything else? We don't need to go for water now. Don't know all that shit. So we've just made it back to base. I'm going to show you now what we've actually ended up with after, I think we're on 8.5 hours now. So 8.5 hours gameplay. We've managed to record 3 episodes and this is the 4th. So as you will see, I have my 2 wooden crates with a few bits and pieces in. Tent number 1. We have all of this. I've also got a couple more, but yeah, there you go. There's 2 more night vision there that we picked up today. So let's just have a look at this. And this is just raiding. Previously, this is raiding only in the past 6 hours. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 night vision goggles, 2 landmines. Oh shit, I've got another one of them. I don't need that. Let's just dump it there for the time being anyway. Okay, so 2 night vision scopes. We've got the LAR from episode 2. We lost the VSD. I got killed. Unfortunately, I hadn't recorded that, but I got killed with a ghillie suit on and the VSD by a gang up in NWAF. I think it was yesterday, day before. Anyway, this KAM, obviously from episode 1. And what else have we got? I don't think we've actually got a lot. Yeah, so after being killed, obviously I've looted up again. And I've ended up with just an SK, which I'm about to dump. So, the whole idea of this episode, or this series, should we say, is to show you, again, just how easy it can be to collect gear. Now, in terms of guns, I do have an M4, another LAR, and 2 VSDs, but they are in my original dig sites from episode 1. So that is up near Zalise, the dig sites, and obviously these tents are down near Dolnet, which is quite a distance. So as you will see, I've placed 2 tents. This one's empty. I haven't really spent enough time on here. To fill both tents, I would probably need about 12 hours, and that is obviously server hopping, hitting all kinds of stuff on both Livonia and Shanaris maps, and then jumping over to my home server, which is this one, and kind of dumping it all off here. But like I said, that is not a bad little return for 6 odd, 7, maybe 8 hours tops. It can be done. This base has been up now for 4.5 weeks. Not been found, not been interfered with, and it has survived all this time. So it just goes to show you, if you pick the right place, and it's in a quite secluded area, mainly deep in the forest somewhere, and not up north on Livonia, because that is going to get found quite quickly, then there is a chance that you can keep these bases, as small as they are, for quite some time. Well, we have just landed on a Livonia server after trying to get as much PvP as possible, and we... oh, hello. Okay, it's interesting. We haven't found any players, even though they're full servers. We've not found anybody to interact with at all, and I've been to every military base across the entire map. I've probably put in about 8 or 9 hours trying to get some PvP content for you. Hasn't quite worked out. So I've geared up with the LAR from the tent you saw earlier, and I switched servers. So I jumped on another Livonia server, this one in fact, and the second I log in, I didn't even have time to turn around, I get shot, I get killed immediately. So I'm now, as you can see, running around as a complete freshie, and we're going to try and gear up again and go from there. Hopefully we'll run into whoever it was that killed me, or at least run into some players, and try to fulfill the aim of this video. However, right at this moment in time, I'm not so sure if that is going to be achievable, because like I said, every other full server I've jumped on, I just cannot find players. Okay, so here's another little tip for you guys, especially the ones that are playing solo. As you'll see, I've got a blue armband on my arm. When I'm going up against big groups, what I tend to do is craft an armband, because it actually scares off a lot of players, and it gives me the advantage sometimes. So what I mean by that is that if I'm up against, let's just say 2 or 3, a team of 2 or 3, and they see I'm wearing an armband, then naturally their focus won't just be on me. They'll be hunting around, they'll be looking around, trying to see if they can find my teammates as well. So it does give you a little bit of an advantage, or maybe it gives you a little bit of a chance to even the odds, shall we say. The other thing is, if you're running around and you don't particularly want to be getting into PvP, then again it's another good deterrent. Other solo players may well look at that from time to time and go, you know what, I'm not going to engage with this guy because I can only see one of them right now, and he's got an armband on, so the chances are that he's with at least one other. And believe it or not, that works a hell of a lot. It works a lot. We're just running down through Gliniska, and we've come across this, which initially I thought had been raided, but this has actually been put on like this for a reason. So they've got lights and a generator up there. There's 2 barrels with gone off food in that one, more gone off food in that one. There is lag fucking everywhere around this. Jesus. Okay. There's a tent with nothing in it. Let's see if we can probe that, because that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy, that is. Look at this. So they've got... Okay, is there anything actually... Oh, there's actually quite a lot of gear in it. If only... Can I crawl through the window? Hold on, I'm not sure if they fixed that or not. But if I can crawl through that window... Hold on, let's have a look. Can I do that? Okay, get everything out of here. This looks like it is a proper PvP setup. There may be a possibility that I'll be able to place this here. This might take a little bit of messing about. No, that's not good enough. I need it right there. Okay. Okay, let's drop everything. Let's drop all that shit. Drop that. Drop that. Okay. If I can get on that, I need something. What about if I can guess the code lock? So they would have logged out inside of here, because you can't take the barbed wire off from outside. Shit, okay, so I'm cut straight away twice. That's not good. So it's going to take me 5 grenades to get through one of these. They've got a door there which is another 5 grenades, so that's 10 grenades to get into that. So let's go straight up to Kopa prison. Now I should imagine, based on the fact that there's been a few bases around here already, that this is probably going to be based up in as well. Okay, so there was a base here. In fact, there may well still be a base here. Okay. This is the place where you can have invisible dig sites. Well, it actually used to be the place, not sure if you can anymore. But it's always worth checking all the way around here for dig sites. Because this used to be rife. Leave that backpack. Oh shit. I may not survive this now. Two cuts. 3 cuts. I'm not making this run now. Nowhere near those houses. Okay, so here we are. We just landed on another Livonia server. The PvP situation clearly hasn't worked out. There is no one I can find to fight, so we've gone back to base raiding. So we will... Oh, hold on a minute. What is that? Something... Oh, okay, okay. This is the problem with these canopy tents. Look at them. So that looks like it's got a camo net on. It has. But I have seen the yellow poking out of that through the camo netting. Now, let's have a little look. Is there anything at all? No. Okay. Nothing here at all. So there you go. Let's move on. Okay, so let's go through my infantry. I'm going to give you a massive tip here. Alright, if you're going to do the kind of thing that I do, the kind of gameplay that I enjoy the most, which again I think I've proven is most successful, and that is by base raiding. There are a couple of items that are essential. This is my raiding essential gear guide, okay? So let's go and have a look at it. Infantry. First of all, shovel. You need the shovel because with the shovel you can build watchtowers. And I think I've gone through this many times now about how important watchtowers are as another tool to break into bases. So watchtower. Shovel. A hacksaw or a saw. Now I have 2 on me. They're both pristine. You need those to be able to build the planks. Or chop up the wood to build the planks. Essential stuff. Nails. 1 box of nails is enough. You need, obviously, to build the watchtowers. And all you need is, I think it's 30 nails I use. So you need the top platform and the stairs going up. Unless you're trying to get into a 2 or 3 story base. Essential, you've got a couple of sharpening stones. And rope to build the watchtower kit. And last but not least, a hatchet. A hatchet has so many different uses. Obviously you can kill players, you can hammer the builds together, and obviously you can chop down trees with them. Now the pliers used to be essential when in the previous updates before this last one you could take barbed wire off from the front. You can no longer do that, so it's quite optional whether you want to go with the pliers or not. For me, I'll take them anyway just in case. Other than that, I have food, as you've seen, and water. And that is all you need. Look at me, I look a complete bag of shit here. I've got nothing on apart from some hunter's pants, a hunter's top, and we are going hunting for bases with that. And what you'll find is, invariably, I will be fully kitted, so it doesn't matter what you start out as, gear-wise. Oh, hello. Hello. I've literally didn't... Them 4. I haven't even seen that. I've literally just walked into this. Didn't even see it. There's a load of lag. Oh, look at this. Take that. AM4 ammo. Okay, so there's a KAM. Let's have a little look here for a second. Is there another one? Oh, there's more. There is more. Oh, there's a silencer. We take the silencer off of that. That can go there. We'll take the food. Put that on there. That can go there. We'll do some of that up in a minute. Okay, so is there anything else here? So we've got 1, 2, 3. Is there anything else here? Oh, hello. Look at that. Under the map at Toplin, there is a load of crates. Just about see them, but they've clearly all been had over, I should imagine. Okay. There was a base here then, but no longer. So off we go. Okay, so there's a shot up here we're going to run to. Oh, hold on. There's a couple of shots up here that we're going to run to. Sounds like a fight. We could end up a little bit dead here, but I haven't got another sight on this gun. There you go, that's right there. Is that someone fighting? 2 people fighting, or is that people killing zombies? I think that's possibly people killing zombies times 2 here. My red backpack is going to give me away here. I can see. Oh, I can see a little bit. Where is all that noise coming from? Taking some risks here. Oh, there he goes. You see my red backpack there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop that rucksack there. So this geezer's definitely seen me. He fucking run off. Oh, there he is. Oh, so he's seen me there. Let's see if we can get him. He can't see me, look. He thinks, oh shit, I can get him here. Oh yeah, I see him. Dead. So what's he got then? Basically, fuck all. He's got a tundra. He's got shitloads of. I don't need any of that. What's he got all that shit for? Don't need any of that, don't need any of that, don't need any of that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Damn, this guy's got a load of rubbish that he doesn't need. And why on earth has he just stayed there? That's silly. So down, down, down. So we've got those, we've got some M4 rounds now. We'll take those for the time being. Take that, take that, take that. Will that fit in there? No. But what we will do though, we'll take that scope off of that for him. So he hasn't got that anymore. Have we got a belt? We'll take the belt. And we'll take that. We just need to, no. Okay, so I'm cool with that. Take that as well. Okay, so let's get out of here. Go back and get our bag. In fact, we'll probably swap it over with this bag, to be fair. We'll put that on, we'll carry that, and then we'll make a little detour. Okay, so we've located a base. Oh, okay. That's interesting. That is interesting. Someone's trying to rebuild that. And there's another heli. Jesus, that's loud. There's another heli site. Are we going to find anything interesting here? So the good news is it's raining, which means that I will be kind of covered a little bit. There is a goodie suit here, but that's already been hit. Oh, okay. So there's a big base up here. This will be interesting. Is it open? Has it been hit? Or is it active? Hopefully this is active. Hopefully there's players here. Well, it's the start. They've got camera nets on them. Oh, do you know what? I think this is active. I do think this is active. Hold on. Got all camo netting. Some lag here. Oh, you're joking. This has been hit. Oh no. I was really hoping to find a base that was live that I could hit in front of you right now. Damn. That was promising as well there for a second. Oh shit. Hello. It's got a little bit in. What about these? Nothing in. Oh damn. That was so close to being a live base raid. I could have got in there really easily as well. I would have just built a watchtower if they weren't there. I would have built a watchtower and jumped over the first fences. The rest of it they hadn't gated off, which was another bit of a flaw in their building plan, but it would have been interesting. Oh shit, hold on. We might get into some action here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold the fuck on. There's some... Okay. Someone's got a light on there. I need to watch this out a little bit. See if we can catch anyone here. That is interesting. This could end up with me getting shot here. Are they in their tent? They must be in here. I don't know what I'm going to do. He's in that big fucking tent. No. Just need to work out where the entrance is to that tent. So if I can catch him in here, he's fucked. That wood looks like it's been attacked. Okay, so here we go. So we're in this guy's ship. Goodies. Night vision, shit, look at all this night vision. So that's 3 night vision. Fuck all in the car. Fuck all in the tent. Jeez, look at all this. All these nails, look at that. Take one of them. Oh, there you go, look. One car, a load of shit. Got straight in his stuff. I was hoping to catch him, but obviously he's not here. I'm not quite sure what the hell's happened there. But he's obviously logged out just as I found him. And now I'm in his base. I'm taking all his night vision. So thanks very much.